Ready? All right. All right. So these are my best iPhone app recommendations. Number one is Evernote. And the reason Evernote is my number one favorite because you can open it up on your iPad. You can create an audio note. You can create a video, not a video, but you can create a text note, and then it saves it on all platforms. So if you have a Mac, if you have a PC, iPhone, you just sync it to all those different.
I have Evernote for my Android, and I have the premium. How do I get it onto my iPad, sir?
Just go to the App Store and type in Evernote. Evernote.
Okay.
And there's I think it's a free, actually, it's a free version.
Download it and then sync it to the premium because I have the premium.
Yeah, once you sign in, it'll ask you for your username and password. And at that point, it'll take about maybe 5-10 minutes to sync. And at that point, you've got everything is shared on all platforms. And you go, there isn't anywhere. I've actually been in the bathroom and sat down and go, oh my God, that's a great idea. I pull out Evernote and I make a new note and I tile it, write down the note, boom, it's in, and I'm done.
Gotcha. Okay, Evernote's installing.
And then, hold on one sec. Let me. Here we go. Okay. The other nice thing about Evernote, you can actually create web pages. So if you're on something, and I think it's Evernote. Let me find out. So where's the sync, refresh, print, email? My iPad's running low battery. I believe Evernote is the one that you can create web pages. So you can actually take notes and then save it as an HTML file and upload it to your server. And that's what I did with Jason Fladland's Copy E class. I actually took all my notes of all his webinars and created a web page and put it up on my server so I can access all these notes at any point, any time. And I've actually shared them with a couple of people. I have a couple classes, the copy notes, where I've actually have templates up there. The other thing nice about Evernote is you can actually drop pictures in. So I'll sit there on my computer during a webinar, and sometimes you know how fast the slides will go and people will be talking and you're just frantically taking. What I do is I take screenshots of the slides and I drop them into Evernote, and it saves it as an image within the notes.
Oh.
And then you've got the entire PowerPoint presentation from the webinar with you, with all your notes and everything. Works fantastic.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to have to explore more Evernote. It's installed, upgraded, and it took me, as soon as I signed in, it took me right to my premium.
Now, here's another app that you're going to love. This is a paid app, but it's called Pen Ultimate. It's PenUltimate.
Okay, hold on a second here.
Like you're writing like a pen, and then like the ultimate pen.
Ultimate. Ultimate. Pen Ultimate.
And what
Pen Ultimate iPad?
Yeah. And what this app does, it gives you it's an actual writing. It's like a notepad where you can actually take notes with your finger.
Awesome.
And you would think it would be hard to do. But it actually has pages, and it makes like a little notepad. So you can sit there and instead of, if you want to write so you know how hard it is sometimes when somebody gives you a phone number or whatever, and you're going, okay, and you're trying to type it in.
Yes,
you
sir.
open this thing out, and it's like having a little scribble note. You write it in, and it saves it. You upload it. It saves it to your. You can email it to people. Great little app for the iPad. You can create little charts. You can then turn around and make videos out of it if you have an iPad2. If you've ever seen some of these people where they're actually drawing on here, and they'll make like little, okay, here's your marketing funnel. You start here and you draw a little funnel.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I watched what's his face just do that the other day.
Yeah, and then you go, okay, and then the nice thing about this particular app is it has pages. So you're not limited just to one page, because a lot of those drawing apps, you're limited to one page. You've got to save it, store it, open up another one. This one actually has pages. You can open up 1, 2, 3, 4, however many. If you're doing a whole presentation, you can have 20 pages.
Pen app is installed and working. I'm playing with it right now, sir. What's next?
What else here?
This is cool, actually.
Dropbox is obviously my third most.
Now Dropbox works on iPad?
Yes.
Okay.
That allows you to say you access all of your Dropbox files from wherever you have access, and it works best over Wi-Fi. A little slow over 3G,
Okay.
but if you do have Wi-Fi and you've got an audio or a video you want to see, it's awesome. You open
Okay.
it up in Dropbox and it plays right on your iPad.
Dropbox iPad. There it is right there. Got it.
Let's see. Let's go into my.
I didn't know any of this stuff even existed, my friend. Thank you.
If you want to go to
Now I have a premium Dropbox, even though it says free. As soon as I sign in, it'll upgrade to the regular one, right?
absolutely, just connects with your Dropbox account.
Okay.
So the next app is if you're going out to do presentations at the Chamber of Commerce,
Yes.
you want to have a PowerPoint slide
Yes.
rather than taking or take your notes. Rather than taking a computer and all that stuff, you can actually take your PowerPoint and put it right into your iPad with Keynote for iPad.
Okay.
So another good one. If you're into if you use, are you familiar with Google Reader?
No. Yes. Actually, I've heard of it, but I'm not familiar. I've never actually used it.
If
Now
you
it says Keynote. There's several of them. It says Apple iPad 2 powerful presentations, Keynote for iPad. Then there's Keynote for iPhones, 3GS, iPhone, all that stuff, which is $10.
the first one, I believe.
The Apple iPad.
Yeah, it should be a free. I think on the iPad, I think it's free.
All right.
I can't remember. That was one of the first ones I got, so I'm not sure if it's free or not.
Get Keynote from the App Store for $10. But
Oh,
okay.
okay. That could be right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Another good one is Google Reader. If you're into doing market research or just like to read a lot of multiple publications, everything from the Wall Street Journal to Mashable, CNN, anything like that, rather than having to go to each of those individual news systems, there's two ways to do it on the iPad. Number one is called Flipboard.
It says this app requires operating system of 5.0. I must not have 5.0 yet.
You just need to plug your iPad into iTunes on your computer and it'll automatically download. Takes about, the 5.0 version will take you about 30 minutes to install.
Okay.
But it's
So,
worth it.
I need to go to iTunes on.
Now, we
iTunes.
could do a whole webinar for your group on this.
Well, I don't know. Mike, that's a whole story in of itself, and I don't want to drag you too far
Okay.
off, but most of them aren't even asking the question.
Yeah, yeah. Well, anyway, let's go on. So Flipboard, another awesome app. This
Flipboard?
allows you to basically track all of your social media, all of your news agencies, and
Okay.
be able to read it all from one application.
Okay.
So
It's
if you have
called
Twitter, Facebook, CNN, modern healthcare, anything like that, you can go into Flipboard and read them, and the graphics are stunning.
Okay.
Another popular one is my Google Reader because I use that for my tracking. Everything from if I want to track for example, find out what people are saying about me on the internet, I have put into Google Reader or my Google Alerts, which is then tied to Google Reader, my name, and anytime somebody mentions my name on the internet, it shows up in my Google Reader. It's basically a news aggregator.
Okay.
And by that I mean it just collects all this information, and you just read the titles so you scan it. So I've got the local newspaper from multiple Google alerts, anything that I want to track in my market. I can go to Google Reader. Great. I mean, you could do a whole webinar just on Google Reader.
Okay, cool. Out of curiosity, on the iTunes Store, I want to download the iTunes Store setup on my computer because I don't know anything about this.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
And then
I have it downloading now.
if you're into tracking or keeping statistics for your websites and want to look at your analytics, there's a special app called Analytics Lite that allows you to look at all your Google Analytics on your websites from your iPad.
Okay.
I
I haven't set all that up. What would that be?
Your Google Analytics.
Yes.
Those are just like on if you're into affiliate marketing or just on your main website, if you want to just go into uh, set up an account, your Google and a Google Analytics alert or
Right.
not alert, but a Google Analytics account. You just
Right.
go in and set it up on your website, and it tracks all of the traffic, where it's coming from.
I got that. What's the app called?
Oh, Analytics Lite.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
I know how to do analytics and all that. I don't have it enough of
Got it.
them to make it worthwhile yet, but I will.
Okay. Let's see, you can actually view some webinars on your iPad by installing
GoToWebinar. Got that one.
GoToWebinar.
I do have that one.
Do you use Instapaper?
No, don't know what that
Uh,
is.
Instapaper is another awesome app. It's just a way of, how people are always sending you links. Hey, check this out. Hey, check that out. And next thing you know, on your browser, you've got 15 web browsers open or tabs open.
Okay.
Rather than doing all that, what you can do is just click this little button on Instapaper, and it sends it to a website, and it just stores all of those websites at one place. And then when you have time, like if Productivity Friday or something like that, then on Friday you go into that website and you say, oh yeah, I want to read that, and you sit there and read it, click on it, and boom. So it keeps all of your tabs and your browsers free of clutter.
Oh, that sounds good. Instapaper. Got it.
Instapaper. Let's see what else here. Let's see. Of course, you can also do the social, the Facebook, the Twitter, TweetDeck. There's multiple applications. Just depends on what you like
Right.
for that particular type of thing. Utilities. I think we did that one. I like. Do you use RoboForm?
I did. I didn't care for it.
Okay. Do you do or like to use mind maps?
Yes,
Do you have a MindMeister account?
I do.
You can get MindMeister for the iPad.
Okay.
I've been using mind maps more and more to take notes.
Uh huh.
In fact, when the Brendan Bouchard course, I schedule myself an hour a day to sit down and listen to his videos rather than taking notes and putting it into Evernote, what I used to do.
Yeah.
What I'm doing now is I'm creating a mind map.
Oh.
And what that allows me to do, once I've got a mind map for every video,
Yeah.
all of a sudden now I have a complete presentation that I can take with me on the road.
That's freaking brilliant.
And then
And
I can go in and modify it, change it, save various versions so that I'm not copying it word for word. I can go in, well, I like this concept, but I'm going to change it.
think ThinkSpace Pro. Yeah, you might want to check out ThinkSpace Pro.
okay.
I'm sorry, Thinking Space Pro. It'll use all the mind maps and everything, and it is phenomenal.
Okay. I'll check it out.
There's but ThinkSpace Pro. I'm gonna check that one out because that's what I was using, and you can make mind maps and all that stuff too.
Okay.
So we got that one. All right, cool.
Hold on a sec. Let's see what else. Goodreader. Are you familiar with Goodreader?
No.
Goodreader is a way to share PDFs on your iPad with your computer. So if you have a course that has given you a lot of PDFs or videos, what's nice about Goodreader is it syncs documents with your PC or your Mac.
Oh, you know
And
what?
so,
ThinkSpace Pro. I'm looking on it. That might only be an Android app
okay,
because they're not saying anything about. They're not saying anything about iPad.
okay. The nice thing about My Documents, you can actually go in and set up all of your videos, audios, and PDFs into folders so they're easy to manage.
Which one's that one?
It's called, where is it? Goodreader, I believe. Yeah, it's called Goodreader. All one word.
Oops. Good thing you said that. I'm
I
already
use
losing stuff.
That's another good one. It just once you get used to using that, oh my God, it's amazing. Great little tool.
Good reader for iPad. Here it is. Now, when it says it's an app for iPad 1, iPad 2, does it make a difference?
Yeah, the iPad 2 is I think has a few more features than the iPad, the older iPads.
Yes, but I
And
mean, as far as I would think that okay, I'll just have to pay attention to whether it says iPad 1 or iPad 2, what version it is that they're showing me.
yeah, are you into exercising at all?
A little bit. I
Okay.
am kind of.
There's a program called 365 Workouts. Great program, but basically delivers one complete workout to your iPad a day.
Okay.
So if you ever wanted to get into that, let's see. Then there's
Now I'm at iTunes. What do I do now, Mike?
on your PC.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you're at iTunes, you'll need to hook up your iPad to your iTunes, and it basically walk you through, and it'll sync. Is this the first time?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it'll basically have you register it, set it up, and then it'll sync the two together.
Now I have an iTunes account, but I mean, I
You'll
downloaded
need, yeah, you'll need,
iTunes, and iTunes is open now. So just plug in my iPad.
yeah, and then it'll ask you to log into your iTunes account,
Okay.
and it'll basically at that point then it syncs your iTunes account with your PC, and then while it's connected, it'll also sync your iPad to it also.
Okay.
And then you have at that point you have the ability to go in and add documents to your iPad right from your computer, and it's
Okay.
that way it's always backed up too.
Okay. It says installing the driver. Let's get started. Register your iPad. I've already done it. I have an iTunes account.
Yeah, it should ask you to log in.
All right. Continue.
There's
Apple ID. And, whoops.
do you have a Kindle account?
No.
Okay. If you, boy, I'll tell you, that's another one I've started to use more and more. Um, Downloading books on Kindle,
Yeah.
and then you can just install the Kindle app to your iPad, and reading a book on the iPad is like heaven. It's amazing. You can highlight, you make notes. You can go back and go, God, haven't you ever been in a book? Go, what? Do you remember when he was talking about that low calorie diet with the iPad? You just go in there to hit search, low calorie diet, click enter, and it finds every page where that term was used.
Okay. Now it's saying you have paid items on your iPad.
And it'll just basically make sure it syncs with the iTunes and backs
Okay.
it up.
Some of the purchased items on the iPad of Wes's iPad, including Dropbox, could not be transferred to your iTunes library because you're not authorized for them on this computer.
Oh, you probably need to authorize. Should be a place to authorize iTunes and your iPad. I think it's under. Let's see. Hold on.
Settings.
Let me open my iTunes.
So I don't get any of this stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Settings. Videos. General. iPad. Nope.
I'm taking my kind of slow starting.
Gotcha.
Here we go. It might be once it's plugged in, but let me see if I can find the settings, preferences.
Uh-oh. I did something.
Device. Let me let's see. I'll have to Google where it is, authorization. And maybe it's when I plug it in. Let me just plug this. Oh, I don't want to do that because I don't want it to
No.
sync. I'll when we're done here, I'll sync it and tell you where it is.
Well, actually, I just told it to update, and then it says it's going to back up and restore the apps, media, and contacts, and all that stuff anyways. And I'm
Okay.
just going to tell it to update. I'll figure it out.
Okay. Almost done here anyway. Let's see. Let's see.
Okay.
Fandango, ABC News, Shazam, Uverse. Pretty much those are.
Okay, the Goodreader. The Goodreader was the one that will allow me. There it is. And it says Goodreader, iPad. It doesn't say anything for the Ipad2. It just says iPad.
Try to install it for the iPad and see if it'll work.
Okay. It's $5.
Let's see, World Time. And those are pretty much, I think, the main ones that I use.
Oh, wow. Okay. And then the Goodreader does iPad also? I mean, Kindle?
The Kindle is that's the Amazon Kindle download from, just put in Kindle in the iStore or Apple Store. And what that does, like, for example, I don't know, I probably have 20 or 30 books in there. Sometimes I'm reading 2 or 3 at a time.
Okay.
But it syncs with your Amazon account.
And do I go to Amazon for that, or do it in the Apple? Because I'm just typing into the Google search and going into the thing. I'm not in the store. Or is there a setting on my thing where I want to go find all these things?
You can in your
App Store.
In your App Store, yeah.
Okay, and then on search up at the top, I probably want to type Kindle.
Yes.
Kindle Nation, Kindle Candle, bestsellers for just Kindle.
Yeah.
And it says Kindle. There's a whole bunch of books. I imagine if I was to buy a book, though, it'll say, "Do you want the Kindle Reader?"
Yeah, when you buy a book, like first thing I do is I always look for a Kindle version, and about 80% of the books have them in Kindle version,
Okay.
and that way, because that means I can read it on my PC, I can actually read it on my iPad, I can actually read it on my iPhone, which works amazingly well.
Okay.
And the nice thing about it is if I'm on my iPhone and I'm reading while I'm at the doctor's office, I get, I read 20 pages and then I come home and that night I pull up my iPad and I open it up. It'll say, oh, you were on page 56 on your iPhone. Do you want to go to that location?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And you say, yeah. So it tracks virtually wherever you are on that book.
Awesome. And it just put in the Kindle app.
Yeah.
So, and I just put it in my Amazon. Got it. Okay, cool. And then I can go in there and awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Cool.
So those are the main ones. Let's see what else. MindMeister. Yeah, those are pretty much the main ones.
Oh, MindMeister. I'm glad you did that.
Simple Note's another one that I use on occasion, but to be honest with you, I've actually replaced or used Evernote's more than Simple Note. It's just a little notepad document. So if you have Evernote's and you get used to that, that's where, I store all my passwords in there. I take notes for webinars in there. I put PDFs in there.
Okay. MindMeister for iPad. There it is.
And eventually, I've actually gone on and used Skype on the iPad too, but also. But they don't. I don't think they have an iPad version. I think it's the iPhone version that you end up using.
Gotcha.
So those are the main ones I use.
Awesome, sir. Thank you so much. You just gave me tons of stuff to learn.
Anytime.
And think about our Facebook idea when you have time. I only asked for 3 minutes and it turned into a half hour. When you have some time, let's bounce some ideas about this Facebook and record it too, please.
That'd be awesome. I would love to do that. That would be awesome.
Whenever you get time, whenever you want to do it. Tonight I've got conference calls until like 9-ish, and then I'm open if you want to do it tonight or whenever you get time, because I know you're working on your copy.
Yeah, I've got, once I get the copy, then I'm working on sending out affiliates, emails, Going to be talking to Rachel, Keith, Brian Johnson, a whole bunch of people, and trying to get to them to promote it for next week.
Okay.
And we'll be ready to go.
Excellent. And keep me in the loop. Let me know what's going on. I already have? No, you didn't have a copy to send me yet as to what was going on. So keep me in the loop, and then I'll do the same thing.
Yeah, I'll get you tonight. I'll send you links to the program,
Okay.
the download pill. I basically modeled the same system that you did with Kieran.
Good deal. So you copied Maria.
Yeah, yeah. There's a few things that I changed and modified a little bit here and there,
Okay.
but for the most part, the system is pretty much the same.
Excellent. I'll make you video reviews. You bet.
Thanks.
All right, sir. I'll talk to you in a bit.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.